Hello everybody, today we're going to do a video about Murder Mystery 1 maps. Yep, Murder Mystery 1. We have all played Murder Mystery 2. We all love it, one of the most beloved Roblox games of all time. But not many of us know about Murder Mystery 1. And it's probably just because there's only a remake of it. And that's it. There's no official version still up today. It's just a remake, which is pretty much close enough to the original. You can find some old footage of it on YouTube and everything, but it's a pretty obscure game. But my main concern here was of the maps in the game because I've played Murder Mystery 1 a lot. I really love it. Very simple, but I love it. It screams old Roblox. So if you want some old Roblox nostalgia, then play this game. I'll provide a link of the remake in the description below, so check that out if you want to. But anyway, so let's get started. First of all is Terraria. This is going into the A tier, my favorite map in the game, an instant classic in this game. It's an outside map, which is a big trend with this game, seriously. More than half of the maps in this game take place outside, which is something that Murder Mystery 2 doesn't. There's no outside map at all in Murder Mystery 2 that takes fully place outside. It's always indoors in Murder Mystery 2 with only a few outside places, but that's really it. But here, nah, more than half are outside here. But anyways, yeah, there's this map is really big. Well, not really big, but it's a pretty good size, really fun. It has water, which is really cool. There's like two layers that like make the illusion of water. However, it does make it annoying for the murderer because if you throw knives, it could go through it, or the gun as a sheriff it can. And I really do like the gun effect on the in this game because it shoots like smoke and fire. That was so cool, and it definitely acts differently compared to Murder Mystery 2. And even the knife is different. Throwing the knife requires you to hold the same mouse button. It's no longer just pressing right click. Nuh-uh, you gotta hold the left button down depending on how you use your mouse button anyway. But yeah, there's a cave you could go inside into. You can get on the trees and everything in this map. You could go inside the castles, and the castles have a teleporter which goes into an island in the sky. That was really cool, and it was just really fun. And it's one of the most iconic maps in my opinion. But anyways, let's just move on. That was just a really good map. Bloxburg, not to be confused with the game Bloxburg on Roblox, which I'm pretty sure most of us know. This is going into the I think this should belong in the C tier because it's pretty big, but not crazy hard for the middle. Because I have won a few times on here, and it can be pretty fun. Do you see this roof right here? The red and white stripes. You can go in there and go on top of the buildings, which made it stupidly difficult for the middle to win in that regard. Well, not stupidly difficult, but like it's stupidly kind of hard. But like that's the biggest problem is because it's too big, and a lot of other maps are too big in this regard. It's just, but I have a lot of fun on it. I don't know why. I just have a lot of fun on it. And it's one of the few outside places that gets voted on a lot. Seriously, this map gets voted all the dang time. But yeah, I don't really have much to say here because most of these maps, there's nothing really much to say about. It's just very simple. But here, it's pretty big, a lot of stuff going on, and a lot of chaos going on. But next up, down here is the original maps that you may be familiar with in Murder Mystery 2. This right here is the very first hospital map. This is going into the CE tier also in front of Bloxburg because it is really tiny, just like Hospital 1 and Murder Mystery 2. Yep, there's two Hospital 1s, which is strange. This one, I do like the colors. They're pretty bright. The rooms are pretty nice. Although there's not one of the rooms doesn't even exist. It is quite disappointing. But there's the bathroom to go into. You can see the computer with the very old Roblox icon and everything. The menu. It was Nicholas's account, and he was rich. All right, he had like a million tickets of Robux or something. I don't know. But sorry, but he had a whole desktop showed up, which was Windows 7 with Steam on the bottom. That was just really funny. I don't know how he forgot to turn that out, or well, forgot to hide that. But yeah, he probably didn't really care about it. But it was pretty cool. It's hard to see on the computer on this map though. It's way easier to see in Murder Mystery 2's Hospital 1 map. But yeah, really simple, pretty easy for the Murderer to win if it never goes. So yeah, let's just move on. Next up is Office. If you remember my Murder Mystery 2 map tier list, you know I hated Office 2. And this is the very first Office. So in this regard, I'm not going to put in an F tier because it's um larger than two of the maps I'm going to talk about later, and it can be pretty fun. I don't know why. It just is. There's like meetings people do, like role plays in the office. The computers look nice. There was a lot of detail. 1v1 is pretty fun on the hallway because there's no random white card thing in Office 2 and Murder Mystery 2. That was always in the link, but here they don't have that. So it's more fun in that regard. The main area is way different entering here. You don't go right. Instead, you go to the left, which definitely changes up a little bit if you've played Murder Mystery 2 a while like I have. But yeah, not really much to discuss about. It ain't going to the F tier because I mean I can't complain about detail here. And I had fun on this map, which is strange to see that. But anyways, let's just move on. House 1. Yep, House 1. I really love this map. This is going at TD8 tier. It is really freaking fun. I always love it. Pretty fun for everybody. It's way different from Hospital 2. Very old Murder Mystery 2 had House 1, which was pretty similar to House 2, except a little bit bigger. But here, no, it's totally different. You can hide inside some of the closets. You can hide inside some of the doors. Well, some of the rooms, anyways. You can hide in the bathroom. There was one shower you can hide beside, which was really cool. Can be pretty easy for the middle to win, but it's really fun for 1v1s, especially in the main area with like the library and the whiteboard. Just a really big area to juke the middle around. It was really fun and I just love it. It is incredibly fun, and I just can't explain why. It just is. There's a lot of rooms to go to. I really like the upstairs. That's a really nice touch. A lot of rooms to go to. There's like 4 rooms to go in upstairs, and then like you could go to the garage down there. There's no lamp, but there's like box and everything. There's like a dishwasher area of some sorts, I guess. And it was that's all I can say about this map. I just love it. Really fun. Next up is Hotel. This is also really fun, but I think it's a little bit less fun than House 1 to me. For one thing, I think it's a little bit tinier than House 1. I don't know why, it just feels like it. There's an upstairs, downstairs, there's bathrooms, not a lot of rooms compared to House 1, definitely. But like the hallway and everything, you can go like downstairs into the main area where you enter. That's where a lot of murderers went to kill people and to sneak up so people didn't know who the murderer was. But it was pretty easy for the murderer to die because the rooms were very skinny. And then like the main area, there's no large area. So pretty easy for the sheriff to win against a murderer. But it's still really fun. Just not as fun as House 1 to me. But next up is Ship. This is going straight to the F tier. I hate this map. It's just really freaking tiny. I really like the theme of this map. I like it being on a ship. That's something Murder Mystery 2 never did. But like, I like the cargoes you can hide inside of some of them, but they're really skinny going through, so it's pretty easy for the murder to win. And you could go inside the ship. You could go on the cabin, which was really cool. You go to the downstairs area with a lot of boxes and everything. But overall, it's just so tiny. Really easy for the middle to win. But I don't care about the murderer being easy to win. It's just really hard for the insects to survive on this map, and almost impossible unless if the sheriff has good aim because you can't hide anywhere. There's no hiding spots, pretty much. You can hide behind some of the boxes, but they can literally track your footprints. So I don't think that's a good advantage. Just really freaking, just really small. I just hate it. I never have fun on it. And this picture's misleading. It shows water around the ship, but in reality, there's no water. They might have in the official game, but in the remake, there's none. It's just a background, so that's misleading. But yeah, I don't really have much to discuss because of how tiny it is. I just hate it. Next up is Neighborhood. This is even worse than Ship. I think it's even smaller, and it's way less fun. It feels like Bloxburg or something like that, just downgraded heavily. It's just so small. You can go on top of the roofs, which was pretty fun, and one of the maps that actually lets you do that, which intentionally. Like the next map we're going to talk about, that's a glitch on getting on top of the map. But here, I just hate it. Really forgettable. I really hate it. It's just too small. I can't have fun on it. It's impossible for me to have fun on it. Sure, I can have some sort of fun on it, especially being murderer. But here, nah, not even the murder is fun. It's just nothing good about this map that I can say. There's just nothing. And yeah, it's definitely the most forgettable map here. I keep forgetting it exists. It rarely gets on the voting board, and nobody ever votes for it unless they sometimes do. I just hate it so much. Worst map in the game, in my opinion. It's just god awful. Next up is Italy. This is a much improvement of neighborhood. It feels like a really big upgrade, but also not. It's really way more bigger. You can get on top of the roofs by a glitch, like I just said earlier. I still don't know how though. Like people do it on this one bridge and a door. I just can't figure out how. It just feels like an upgrade version neighborhood because they both feel kind of similar. There's upstairs, way larger. You could go in the sewers area. It can be pretty fun as a sheriff and murderer, but that's really it. I don't think it's fun for the murderer, even with the sheriff. I don't know. If as a murderer, it's just not fun because of how big and spread out the map is. It's just a little bit too spread out for me. If it was a little bit skinnier, then I would have enjoyed it a lot. And the insects could always juke you. And if the sheriff has good aim, you're freaking done for in this map. So yeah, it just feels like an upgraded neighborhood, but that's all it is. But next up, we got the two huge maps. Actually, no, the third one right here. But first of all, we got glass houses. This is going into the D list because it is so big. It's so big. The glass houses are not fun to go into. It's always outside. There's not really any inside areas to go to except for like a few places. It's just not fun for me at all. And as a murderer, it's pretty hard winning on this map because of how big it is. I just don't really have much say besides the glass house. You could go inside the glass house, but you're trapped if you go inside there. It's better to just go on top and go on top of a building and then try shooting the murderer, which ain't really too difficult on this map, but still. But next up, we got Crossroads, which is smaller than Glass Houses, which is better, and it's a lot more fun on Crossroads than this map here too. I somewhat like Crossroads. It's pretty fun for the murderer here because it's a really good map to test your aiming at throwing knives. Although I do think the glass houses had the advantage of trees. Trees were placed cleverly here to get on top of buildings and stuff here, but here, not really. But Crossroads has a lot more interesting stuff going on. You can go inside like this little castle, the tower, and everything. Overall, I just have more fun on this, but it ain't really too much better than glass houses. So let's just move on. Next up is the lab. I love this map. It is really fun. It's just a gigantic maze, which I don't like mazes, but here it's pretty fun. And of course, this picture here is an Easter egg from Mansion 2 from Murder Mystery 2. They have a picture of this map here. And right here, that's a scanner. Yep, there's a scanner in this map. And a teleporter. Same thing as Terraria. Two interactors is what really makes this map really fun for me. Especially the scanner. Like, come on, man. These two interactors would be in Murder Mystery 2 many years later as research facility. Which is kind of lab 3-ish. But here, there's also sliding doors, which was really cool. It's like the only map that has sliding doors, but the only problem with the sliding doors is that they don't open when you need them. You have to be right on top of them. Which, if you're running away from the murderer, it is almost impossible because of it. It's really hard avoiding the murderer if he's targeting you. So yeah, that is one bad thing. But I love this map a lot. I really like the maze aspect in some regard because it's really fun. You never know where to go because the entire map looked all of the same. Nothing really distinct besides the teleporter and the scanners. And some empty rooms with no doors, which was pretty funny. But yeah, I really love it. That's all I have to say about it. Next up is Haunted House. This map is really cool, but it is very large too. But the inside of the house is really cool. You don't enter through the front doors. You have to go to the left side. And you can also get on top of the roofs. And the inside is just really freaking dark. Seriously. It's entirely pitch black. The only way the murderer would know you're there is from the name tag, and that's it. But the outside area is pretty fun for 1v1s. getting up the stairs is kind of hard without the murderer killing you because most people spawn outside. And if you spawn on top of the murderer, you better run away. Yeah, I really like the lightning effect. Like the entire area around the map flashes yellow for a second with the very old Roblox lightning sounds, which I really miss. And a lot of old Roblox sounds are in here, like the knife and stuff, and the jumping sound. I really miss it. But yeah, I have fun on Haunted House or Haunted Mansion, as it's called in some. I don't know. I think it's called Haunted House in the remake, but in the original was called Haunted Mansion, or I just confused the two. But they both have two different names, which is just weird. But I really like the map. I just think it's a little bit too big for my liking, but it's way better than Chaos Cannon. Dear God, this map is just gigantic. This is probably the biggest map in the game ever. It is so big, really freaking hard for the murderer to win. I haven't won on this map at all as a murderer, not single lot, because I have won on every single map except this. It's really hard killing everybody, especially if some AFK people, they don't decide to go around and get out so you can kill them easily. Nuh-uh. And innocents could easily dodge you by going up the stairs. Like, the stairs are incredibly large. And there's a large area with it. There's so many stairs to go up to. There's like caves you can go into, the temple, and the building right here in this picture is just too big. There's so much stuff in this map that just makes it so confusing to navigate and just way too big. If you're the murderer, you're pretty much guaranteed to lose. You are gonna like have an award or something if you win as murderer in this map. Seriously, just way too freaking difficult. But yeah, I just don't like this map. It's not worse than these two because here, I actually no, I don't have fun on it at all. It's just way too big. It's just these two maps are very small, and I just don't have fun on it at all. But this, I get someone have fun juking the murderer here, so that's one slight advantage. And being the murderer with your throwing your knives, it's really good for practicing with this map. But that's really it. I just hate the map too. I just hate Chaos Canyon. I just question everybody who picks it. But yeah, last map, Abandoned Mine. Yep, this is a map before Mineshaft, and it's going to be was right in front of Haunted House or Haunted Mansion, whatever. I really like the map. It's really dark, but it's really fun. The corridors are skinny and nice. The detail was really nice. The gold and the redstone or rupees, whatever they are. The skeletons on the ground. It's really fun for those two main areas. There's a lot of dead ends though, so if you go into a dead end, you're likely going to die. It's just really fun. Not as fun as Hotel, but I have a lot of fun on Abandoned Mine. It's really cool too. Really unique setting, and it definitely feels like an abandoned mine because there's skeletons everywhere. I really like that detail. Yeah, I just really like this map. I really wish that never mind. I was thinking of something else about Mineshaft, but I don't know why. But yeah, Abandoned Mine, just a really good map. And yeah, I guess that's it. There's not really much else to talk about. The maps are way too simple here. But yeah, here's my tier list. They're all equal, pretty much all threes. So yeah, if you enjoyed my tier list, tell me in the comments below which maps you liked and disliked, and please subscribe to my channel if you could. I really appreciate it. And yeah, that's all I have to say for tonight. Goodbye and have a good day.